right now, I don't know. Say,
3,000, including over at Beefeater.
oh, okay, this is like 300.
Uh,
Okay, this is
this is at least 1,000.
that's 1,000 people. That's 1,000 people. I know. I divert to you. You're the
Maybe five.
mathematician.
Okay,
I
500,
said, yeah, maybe. I think it's 100.
including the officers.
Well, but yeah, I mean, if you're talking up there, that's yeah, it's, nah, maybe 100 up there.
But there's inside as well.
Oh,
That's a big pub, yeah.
okay, you know, yeah, that this. Maybe for now, but I mean, this is early anyway. Hasn't even started.
You couldn't swipe that missed call, could you?
Did you break your phone
No, no,
today?
no. The missed call. Swipe the missed call. No, the missed call.
Oh,
No, the third one. Third one. Third one. Third one. Yeah, God.
they all green. I don't know, it's different color.
The new guy at the studio is a bit paranoid, I think.
You're asking. The sound is good.
Check 1 2 1 2. So, for viewers that are just joining, we are here currently standing on the stairs of Telford Central train station in Telford. We're here Saturday, 29th of January at a Tommy Robinson demonstration and the launch of one of many documentaries to come called The Rape of Britain. Shortly, the demonstration will start from Telford Central and we'll be walking over towards the courts in Telford. We shall be proceeding to follow the demonstrators, and then there will be some speeches, a surprise speech, and also the showing of the documentary, which no doubt YouTube will take down the stream. But no worries, we are going to be recording it, and everything will go live onto Speaker's Corner online, where you'll be able to watch it as many times as you want. In fact, any of you who have videos taken down by YouTube or any other social media, feel free to join us at Speaker's Corner online and upload your videos and enjoy them and get your friends to enjoy them. Large police presence at Telford Central Station and also at the demonstration site. The crowds are friendly. We've not seen the counter demonstration yet. The so-called anti-fascists. Looks like majority of the demonstrators have arrived by train. Maybe it's because there's been a lot of arson attacks and a lot of cars have been set alight recently in Telford. a variety of police officers on show today. Tall, small, fat, thin, friendly, non-friendly, smiley, non-smiley, blue, yellow. Only messing. They're all friendly today. Unlike the Met Police. But that's what they say. I mean, it's only the Met Police are the most unfriendly, shall we say? Yeah. And if rumors have it that the all the other police forces actually ridicule the Met Police for being so, shall we say, heavy-handed. Yeah. And plus, we're from London. We're not used to that friendliness. There's a comedy show. I can't remember what it's called, but they did a little sketch about a northerner coming to London, and like he's all friendly, yeah. Saying hello, and then someone's called me hello. Yes, man said hello. He was very friendly. That's right. And then they sent him back up north, and he apologised. The apology video. I'm sorry, I wasn't aware. He gets onto the tube and go, hello. I was not aware that I wasn't allowed to talk to people. Sorry if I offended anyone with my with my friendly demeanor. Yeah, man. It's Tom Fury, right? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. I didn't recognize you first, but yeah, I've subscribed to your channel, man. Good to see you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, really good video. You even got me. You even got me on Telegram. Now I'm following from you as well. But yeah, how are you not getting strikes? I am. I got banned already. Oh, have you? Okay. Yeah, because I uploaded one of Tommy's, the one he spoke to Steve Bannon. Boom, they strike. Yeah, took it down. Hey,
Yeah, guys, I'm just putting this up so you can see what's going on. But you'd expect maybe a takedown by YouTube. One never knows.
Did you have any problems with the train?
So watch, leave it on and go do what you need to do, then come back.
Right.
But I will be recording the actual documentary from Getter. And I do believe Tommy is going live
thank you.
from his Rumble channel also. If any of you want to, I don't know, sign up to Rumble, just in case, because YouTube can be pretty awkward. They've actually stopped Danny Tomo from streaming, so one never knows.
No.
He's on camera.
So enjoy, people.
You guys have come down to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you go to Biggest Corner.
Yeah. So this is a social media platform. So it's based on Biggest Corner. So they're trying to uphold free speech and all the good British values. So we're Thank you. So yes, it's a social media platform, and what do you think about this today? Terrible of it. Very important. Obviously, we're yet to see the contents of the documentary, but very important. Do you have expectations, and do you think something like this could make a change? Well, that's a very good question. Will it make a change amongst us, the average people of the UK? Yes. There's going to be more information. It's going to be hopefully provable. Will it make a change to the political establishment? Well, they'll have to change. If facts and information and evidence is put out in the open, they have to change. And there's nothing going to be, I don't think anything in this documentary is going to be new. Yeah. We've already had the likes of Theresa May hide allegedly of paedophile information within the political class. Yeah. So it's not going to be nothing new, I don't think. But however, it's going to be presented in a way that only Tommy Robinson can.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's important, because the thing is, Tommy Robinson obviously openly appeals to the working class.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the middle class don't tend to warm to Tommy Robinson.
Mhm.
There's various factors on that, and they'll have their reasons. But I think to warm the middle class, you can only really do that with hardcore evidence. And I'm hoping this is what this documentary will do. Because we're only going to stop this type of crime if we all stand together. And we're fighting against the experts of divide and conquer.
Doing it for 500 years.
Yeah. And no one does it better.
Yes.
You know, when you're under a establishment that can go to another country and use the local people to fight and kill their own people, then you know you are up against a kind of a non. I don't know what the right wording would be, but certainly a kind of a sharp entity, a sharp object. You know, a dangerous entity. So that's my view on it. But you know, there's good people in government as well. There's good people even in the police. We just need them to wake up and know that. Yeah, absolutely. And bravery is addictive. So when we see, I mean, what is it about Tommy Robinson that we all look up to? Well, it's his bravery,
Oh, yeah.
right? And it's addictive when we see one hero standing, coming forward. Then everybody wants to come forward.
I think it's fair to say that a lot of people look at Tom and God and go, God, I wish that would have been me. Wish I
Of
still haven't
course.
done that, you know?
Of course, but see, I can really more relate to the middle class, and I would say the middle class are kind of in a financial prison
Right.
because they've got large mortgages to pay and the type of jobs. I'm not saying that the working class don't, but they have the type of jobs where they need the income from their job.
Do you think the way that all right, hey, do you think the way that the working class come across, do you think sometimes the middle class take that wrong?
Yes, of course.
Right.
Of course they do. And but you see, the middle class tend to go to universities, and they're a bit more. There's Hatun down there. They're a bit more. They're a bit more polished in the sense that they know how to present themselves.
Yeah.
Right. But we shouldn't be worried about how somebody is coming across. We need to have a look at
About what
the contents of their mind and the factual information, and that's more important.
I agree. Yeah.
And I just want to urge all the middle class to don't worry about how can we say
how somebody says the message, but what they're saying, maybe.
correct.
Someone
Just,
put words in your mouth.
no, that's exactly it. And look at the evidence. Try to find out where they're coming from or what the message is.
Yeah.
And let's not go down the line of the BBC and pretend whatever they're saying is actually factual when it's not.
100%. I appreciate your time.
That's
and,
okay.
Thanks
It was
very
nice
much.
talking to you, dude.
Cheers,
Hopefully, I'll catch
cheers.
up with you a bit later
Yeah,
as
we
well.
will definitely.
And keep up the good work with the channel, man.
Thank you. I
Really
really
good.
appreciate that. Thank
You've
you.
obviously got a fan club here anyway.
Wasn't expecting it. Great to see more people out on camera.
Absolutely.
It's what they wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And look how cold it is, and people are braving it out. Yeah.
That's the main thing that kind of gives you an indicator of how many people are really supporting this, because these are the people who are committed enough to come out all the way to Telford in the freezing cold. How many people would support this but never really came out because of
Correct.
weather or
Yeah.
whatever?
And even
Yeah.
Yeah.
quite far.
Imagine
Thinking maybe we should back up there a
this
bit.
was more convenient.
Yeah. Right, we're seeing it well,
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah. All right, mate.
Next time, Annie, when you are going to do an interview, I found this out when I talked to another alternative. The mic back and forth. It's just one side. Forgot to do that when I was talking to another alternative. From back down.
Morning.
She'll do it better than me.
There you go. You hold the flag then. You hold the flag.
Speaking of online, the new social media.
Okay.
I'll have a look for it. Okay, mate.
Yeah.
You got a card for you for that?
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for the demonstration to start proceeding towards the courts. Oh, bit of a chill setting in. But we now have some entertainment music, which is awesome. Going up there? Right, we are. That better? All right. Quarter past two. 20 past two. There's Anne Marie Waters at the bottom. Yeah, having a photograph taken. I think so. We'll have a bit more of an interview time then because we're backstage. Okay. Hi, studio. Can you confirm you can hear the sound? Studio, can you confirm? Yes, studio has confirmed. Okay, so everybody joining the live stream now. We are here at Telford Central train station for the demonstration organised by Tommy Robinson. The demonstration is about the documentary Rape of Britain to be aired in about an hour or so. So the demonstration will start here at Telford Central train station. we shall be walking towards the courts. The car park next to there has been booked for the demonstration. There's going to be speeches from obviously Tommy Robinson, Richard Inman, Anne Marie Walters, and many more. There is a surprise for the subscribers of our channel. I'm not going to say what that surprise is. You're going to have to wait and see. So currently we are just waiting for the demonstration to start, and we can try to get you the interviews and the camera angles that you need. We do have some backstage access, so hopefully we'll get some exclusive interviews for you as well. Where are you going to be standing to get your ultimate camera angle? You're going to have to get back to the top there.
Like, that was it early.
A bit early. You got to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting once some big move comes.
Yeah. Go that way.
One step number. Come on, it's a dancing song number.
I don't. I don't sing. I don't sing. I spit bars. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing for one night only, Banksy style. Well, Anne Marie Waters certainly had the crowd around her. A police helicopter in the sky. Can you get that in? Okay, maybe on the second camera then. Can we not add the second camera to the stream? Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just turn it off and on.
Sorry?
Check 1, check 1. Check 1, check 1. Check, check 1. Okay, okay. So, watching the demonstration walk by. I'm not sure how much of the previous stuff you heard. I am being bullied. I'm told that I should be standing here, but let's go. All right, so we're here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Start of the demonstration. We're currently at Telford Central train station. Demonstration is going to be heading towards the courts. A car park has been booked out by Tommy Robinson for the launch of his documentary, The Rape of Britain. So I believe there is a stage set up. In fact, I know there's a stage set up because we've already been to the location. There's going to be speeches. Richard Inman, obviously Tommy Robinson. I assume Danny Tomo, Anne-Marie Walters will be here soon. And there's also a surprise, which you'll soon find out. So yeah, I believe the end of the demonstration is going to be around 5 o'clock. We shall soon find out. So the camera angle at the moment for you is to capture as many demonstrators walking by. If you haven't already got your popcorn, I think you should go out and buy some because it's going to be a good long afternoon. The full documentary is going to be aired, and we're going to capture it as much as possible. So there is a chance that YouTube may be taking down the footage. So if that happens, please bear in mind that you can get the whole live stream today on speakerscorner.online. So that's the social media platform. So demonstrators walking by. Okay. We approximate around 1,000 to 2,000 people are here currently on this side. We'll see how many are going to be over at the main part of the demonstration. Cameraman, are we staying here and letting demonstrators go by? And there's Tommy Robinson and Richard Inman. And the girl, that's the main. Okay, let's try to keep up. So we're trying to keep up with Tommy Robinson's entourage. We're going to let the cameraman go in first. Yeah, Tommy's in front of us, and the poor girl that was abused by the Telford grooming gang is walking beside him. We also have GB Resistance. Tommy for Prime Minister!
We can all have a party then, can't we? Yeah. And I've no good public channel. What is the band there? Yeah. Absolutely. Cabra. 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 Come. Tommy, Robin. Oh, just go. Good, Tom. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep walking, guys. Forward. Keep going forward, forward. Never go back. Keep going forward. Push out everyone, yeah? This way, go that way. Forward, forward. Go a bit forward as well, yeah? Keep going, guys, keep going. Forward, forward. Still up a little bit, lads. Mercury Hotel, the home of the immigrants. That's where they are. There they are. Is it?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
See, man.
Manny, mate. Nice to meet you. Want to get to the front of that, Banks? All right, so the cameraman managed to get to the front of the demonstration with Tommy Robinson, the others, including the poor girl that was abused by the Telford gang. Okay, so we're moving. Would it be the cameraman at this moment? A lot of traffic. All right, so we're going forward. Catch it with the camera guy. You all right? Go on, Busker, mate. Go on. All right, we're moving forward. A large protective crowd around Tommy. A lot of people with a lot of cameras, flags. Peaceful protest. Obviously, a lot of chanting. So, I think everyone's got a YouTube channel these days, so a lot of equipment, a lot of cameras.
Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson.
Okay, we are approaching the Ramada Hotel. I believe we're going to be turning left here, and then immediate right. Cameraman. Risk averse.
Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson. Oh, Tommy Robinson.
Okay. Bit of congestion getting the best of one of the cameramen, I think. Shouts for Tommy for Prime Minister. Okay.
Tommy, Robinson.
Come on, everyone, play the game. Come on. You like a like you're not tired yet? All of a sudden, the weather has changed to a very sunny, pleasant day. All right, so we're approaching. Could have warned me. We're approaching the location of the demonstration. We're approximately 5 minutes away. Banks is doing stellar work with the camera. His equipment weighs about 30 kg. Okay, holding on. The photo opportunity, I believe. Okay, just starting, walking again. Lost the cameraman. Oh no, there he is. Okay. How's it going? All right.
Good, yeah.
Good stuff. That was Richard Inman. Yeah, I can see that. Tommy's in safe hands. I've definitely lost the cameraman now. Oh no, he's behind me. I bet you're gonna ask for a pay rise now, aren't you? Well, if rumours are true, you get paid more than me. Are you not? Okay. Come back. We'll have to get to the front. Thanks, thanks, thanks. The footballer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, the man that has the courage to stand up and say what's needed to say, and to come to this town and to expose all of them. His life has been made hell because he speaks the truth. Time and time again, they tried to put him down. Time and time again, they tried to finish him. But let me tell you now, you're never, ever going to finish Tommy Robinson. And again, we've got Nicole here, who's the star of the show, for the horrible reason that she had the courage to stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, turn the music down 1 second. Turn the music down. Turn the music down. Turn the music down. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, Mr. Tommy Robinson. Look at that turnout, man. Thank you, every single one of you who's come today. I'm going to play that song again in a minute, yeah? What the purpose of this was,
Richard.
when you read about grooming, you don't feel it. The importance is feeling it. When you speak to the mums and dads and the victims, you feel it. Yeah? And it's about making sure that everyone feels and hears it. So, Nicole, most courageous girl going, babe. You're not going to break.
Money and
We are going to break barriers that no one's broken.
Okay, we're at the backstage. We're hopefully going to be able to get some amazing footage for you guys. Okay. So I don't know where you think is the best camera angle, but did you want to start from this side and then pan it from there? Okay, shall we go over here?
Listen to it. Listen to the words I played in the song. We're going to play it again now. And listen to the words and think about what's going on.
Let's get it over. Can you get it over the fence?
I thought peace in words can show me there's no point in trying. I'm at one, and I've been quiet for too long. I'm in need of saving. My whole life, I think so much in my head. I'm tired again. Loving them gave me a home. So I sit here and try. I thought this in the Bible can show me there's no point in trying. I'm out and I've been quiet for so long. Show me there's no point in trying.
Do you know, since our promo, 3 more girls have come forward since our promo. So the point in this, you can hate me if you want to hate me. It's not about me, yeah? This is about justice for victims of sexual exploitation. And darling, as I said to you before, more people will come forward after this. More people will come forward after this. And right now, we're in Telford, and we've got a lot of police officers here. And what you're gonna see today is corruption and allegations of corruption against police officers. Telford Police identified 200 men in their police investigation. They prosecuted 11. They prosecuted 11. But at the same time, every one of those men wearing a high-vis vest would kick their fucking doors off if they could. They'd kick their doors off. So, whilst there are allegations of corruption, I want to make sure that everyone understands The police are not our enemy. Yeah? They're not our enemy. They have failed. Every single person, Nicole messaged me thanking me. Every single person who was put in place to protect her as a child failed. From the police, the security services, everyone. What this is about is the start of naming and fucking shaming them. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. I want to say that since I met you, Nicole is a mother of 4 children. Yeah? 4 children. I interviewed her and I saw her bravery, her courage, her determination. Even this week, sending me messages when cars started getting blown up, family members were targeted. Nothing is going to stop me. That's what she said. She messaged me, nothing is going to stop me. No. Do you know? The police have attempted to serve papers last week. Yeah? Because I've spoke to you, you know. I said, it's the truth, mate. And it's like, she has relived her horror. I sat there and listened, and that's what I say to you, when you listen to it, you just feel it. Yeah? Don't read a newspaper about 1,400 girls. Meet the 1,400 girls, yeah? Feel the 1,400 girls. How have we as a country, allowed our daughters to be raped at an industrial level by fucking criminals who have the police in their pocket? And this is about, when I sat there, and I said to you, after listening to it all, this is about making sure there are no more Nicoles. I want to thank every single one of you who've come here today. Share it. We're
want to go in that corner?
left and right. Share this everywhere. The film you're going to watch.
Oh, this corner here.
The film you're going to watch. To the police over there who refused to meet me for the information. To social services and to every other person with dirty hands. We've only just started. Do that for Tommy Robinson, everyone. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I said, give it up for Tommy Robinson. You know, I've been in close contact with the police over the last 2 to 3 weeks. I'm giving credit where it's due. The person I spoke to was all right. But I tell you what, the rest of them, what I've dealt with, had to deal with. You know, we've got clear evidence of whole paperwork of evidence to send to the police. And Tommy specifically wants to make sure he sits with someone to make sure that information is passed away. Because we've got allegations of things going missing. Like he's going to hand it over to any Bob and Harry. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. They are refusing to allow that person to take that information. A serving police officer is refusing to take evidence regarding grooming gangs in this town. That's the truth. That's the goddamn truth. And do you know what? That police station behind this screen has got so much to answer for. And that man is going to make sure he opens up the whole fucking lot of them. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to get hold of speeches. I've had the honour of knowing this man for a very long time, since I started the beginning of this. And I've got to say, he's the one of the most powerful men that I've had in speeches out 3 to 4 years I've done this. It needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Inman. Thank you very much. I want to start by asking us a question. And the question I want to ask is this: why are we here? You see, across the road, the police have to be here in numbers, but across the road, there is a vile, disgusting organisation that would class, yes, they're vile and they're disgusting. They are scum, and they class every single one of you, and me, and Tommy, and Anne-Marie, they call us racist. Are we racist? They call us Islamophobes. Are we Islamophobes? Well, I'm not an Islamophobe because I'm not scared of Islam, but I've been calling it out for the past 10 years, and none of you are either. And also, they tell us that we are filled with hatred. Nothing could be further from the truth. Because I know that every one of you and everyone standing on this platform are standing here today because you are filled with love. Love for our country. Love for your children. Love for the daughters of England. And love for this woman, Nicole. Let's hear it for Nicole. I was going to say, let's give her a standing ovation, but everybody's standing already. And we will stand with Nicole, and we will stand with Nicole until we see her get justice. And it's terrible that I even need to say this. This demonstration is not about racism. It's not about religion. It's not about grooming. It's about rape. That's what this is about. And we're not standing against anybody except these vile Islamic rape gangs. That's what we're against. And I was talking to Tommy a few weeks ago, and Tommy said this to me. Tommy said, Saturday the 29th of January, we draw a line in the sand, and that's what we're doing today. We're saying, this is going to stop, and it's stopping now. And I want to have a word for the men. Well, we can't even call them men. For the animals. For the monsters. You know, years ago, I used to like the media years ago when you had newspapers like The Sun and the Daily Mirror that would class people that rape children as sex fiends. They are sex fiends. That's what these people are. They are monsters. But friends, when we look and see how many men have been involved in this small town, we have hundreds of names of men that have been accused of rape, and only 13 have been sent to prison. There's something wrong. And the police force in this town, I'm not talking about the bobbies on the beat. We know they've got a job to do. But we're talking about the high command of the police force in this town has serious questions that it has to answer. And the local councillors, the Labour councillors, the Conservative councillors, the Liberal Democrat councillors, they have questions to answer as well. They've known about this for 40 years and they've done nothing. And I want to say on that point, there's a lady standing on the stage that will be coming on very soon. Start voting for her party and stop voting for those scumbags that betrayed the daughters of England. These men, we've been watching these men for a very, very long time. And these rapists, these monsters, these fiends, you should not sleep easy in your beds because we are coming for you. We've come for some of you already. Very, very soon, other men in this town will be getting a knock on the door from Mr. Tommy Robinson. We are not finished. We are only just getting started. And I want to close on this. I want to say this. What should we do? What should we do about this situation? I've got some suggestions. There are many veterans in this crowd today. Veterans were involved in the surveillance of these monstrous rapists. Those veterans put their lives and their liberty at stake to track these men down, to photograph them and profile them and build up a picture of them. We had former intelligence officers working on this. We had covert soldiers working on this. And I put a call out to all the veterans, get off your backside and start joining us and doing these people a favour and get them off the street. And we must be political. We must politicise our movement. And we need a political party that will support everything that I believe and everything that you believe. And as I close, I say that political party is For Britain with Anne-Marie Waters. Thank you all very much.
Big word, come on, for Richard Inman. Powerful, powerful guy. And Richard speaks nothing but truth when it comes to our next speaker. Everything we're talking about, everything we want to happen in our country, this woman is trying to do. Ladies and gentlemen, Anne-Marie Waters.
Good afternoon. How are you all? Wow, thank you. Thank you, Richard, for that. Look, like Tommy, I have been at the heart of this issue for a very long time. And like Tommy, I have sat down with girls who have been tortured and raped and brutalized, thousands of them, hundreds of thousands of them, all over this country. Do you know why that happens? Because we are governed by filth. We are governed by people with the morals of rattlesnakes. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. We are led by people who actively cover up rape gangs. And like Tommy, when you sit down and talk to these girls, you know, you can feel it. You can feel the darkness, the damage that has been done. Now, I know you don't trust politicians, and I don't blame you. I don't trust them either. But the fact remains that it is the elected politicians in this country who are allowing this to happen. Every local council, all the way to the corrupt, traitorous, anti-British filth in Westminster, all the way to them, it goes all the way to them. They are allowing this, and they are going to make more and more and more of it happen. We talked about this not being about a religion. Well, I'm going to be a little bit controversial. This is about a religion. It is about the religious teachings. And it's not an Asian problem. This is not about Asians. This is about Muslim grooming gangs raping girls. Our girls who they think are trash. They think we're trash. And your government is allowing more and more and more and more people in every single day who will do the same things. They're making it happen for generations to come. Now I'm asking you to do me a favour. I have been at the heart of this for years. I have never backpedaled. I have never backed down. I have never taken the coward's way out and pretended it's something it's not. I'm asking you to back me and send me to Westminster, where I will stand up in our parliament and I will call them out for the rotten, child rape enabling dirt that they are. Get behind me. Look for this flag. We have never backed down. We have never been politically correct about this. And I'll tell you something. If you get behind me and send me to Westminster, you will have a voice in our parliament. I will promise you. I promise you. I will speak for you. I will speak for every girl tortured and tormented in this country. You have a voice. But you must get behind me. You must back me. Join this party today. There are cards, there are people around handing out cards, 25% discount to join our party today. We need you. But I finish by saying this. You have my solemn promise. I will never betray you. I will never let you down. I am going to Westminster if it takes, I don't care how hard I have to fight. I'm going to Westminster and I will hold them to account on your behalf. Thank you very much. And thank you, Tommy Robinson.
Give that to Anne-Marie Royce. What a powerful woman. Powerful. That's what we need in this country. Powerful women. The next speaker is someone that I've not known for too long, but embraced him with every bit of my body. This is a guy that's got a very bright future because he says it how it is. Black and white unite. Black and white unite. Black and white unite. Danny Roscoe!
Hello. Apparently, those people over there say I'm the black face of white supremacy. But what they don't understand is I'm the black face of patriotism, like each and every one of you all. And do you know what? Anne-Marie Royce and Full Britain, I support them, and I expect each and every one of you to do too. But the mainstream media are over here and they're watching this now, so I will show you. Get your phones out. I will show you one picture they won't do. Can you all come over here, Danny, Tomo, Anne-Marie, and Tommy? This here represents Black and White Unite. This here represents the future of Britain, and this here is how we're going to change. So come on, let's forget the Muslim rape gangs and say, yo, we will stand up. They won't stand up for the people, so we will. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Roscoe! Okay, we're very close to starting the documentary. Ladies and gentlemen, about a moment, Tommy Robinson.
The purpose for me, the purpose in these films is so these men have to look over their shoulders. Yeah? For the rest of their fucking lives. Bugsy, Charlie Khan, you're about to be the most famous rapist in the UK, mate. Do you know what? I've spent 12 months, 18 months, talking to families, talking to girls who are broken, who are destroyed, yeah? Suicidal, emotionally fucking destroyed. While these men drive around this town in their Porsches, selling their fucking drugs, yeah? With free reign. They don't even have to look over their shoulders. What's happened to us? What's happened to our men? How can the daughter of one of us be raped, prostituted, and pimped while they profit and they still live in Telford? They still live in Telford, and they don't just live in Telford, they have corruption to the highest level. This is, if the police are not going to prosecute them, we are going to fucking embarrass them. Just so everyone knows, yeah? We've had 200 names of men who have raped children. But we're not going to name the 200. Any man you see named by me has been named by 3 different girls who don't know each other. So, I can't understand how the police, you're going to watch on this film, the purpose of this film, there's an independent inquiry in Telford. That independent inquiry is not about getting justice. It's not about criminal prosecutions. It's about raising awareness. We don't want to raise awareness. We want the men fucking prosecuted. They have raped. And to the police, you're going to see on this film, I have a catalogue of evidence against these men. Every girl I've met, I ask them at the end, would you be a willing participant in court? Yes. Every single one of them want justice. Nicole said today this is about closure. There's going to be no closure until these men are in prison. But right now, Bugsy, Charlie Khan, I know you're watching.
I am going to name and shame every fucking one of you. And there's no amount of firebombing that's going to stop us. So Telford Police, what you're going to see on this documentary in this film is a total failure. Still right now, a total failure for not protecting victims. Do you know what they've done? When the victims go to the police, I mean, we've got secret recordings. You're going to see series 1, yeah? We've got multiple series already, right? What you're going to hear is going to devastate you. Because you're going to hear victims of sexual exploitation, victims of rape, begging the police for help, begging them for safety. Do you know what the police did? Do you know what they've done? They purposely, we've got recordings, they purposely left them in harm's way. Do you know why? Because when their houses get attacked, and when they're targeted, what do? They withdraw their statements. So then the police get exactly what they wanted. No prosecutions and no cases. And I said, when we started this, I started it making a 1-hour documentary on Telford. And then I realised I was sitting and speaking to the victims, the survivors. That it doesn't do them justice. So I want each girl to tell their story, to make sure that every single person hears their story. And we're going to stay in Telford. We're going to stay in Telford because Telford has a 1.7% Muslim population. That means there's 3,500 Muslims in Telford. 3,500. There's 1,000 victims in Telford. 1,000 victims. If you take the 3,500 Muslims and you get rid of the women, you have 1,750. If you then get rid of the under 16s and the under 17s, you've got 1,000 Muslims. The police inquiry identified 200. The independent inquiry has identified 350. That means between 20 to 35% of the Muslim men in this town are raping our kids. The only towns we have numbers on are Telford and Rotherham. Rotherham has a 3.7% Muslim population. What do you think it's like in towns like Luton or Birmingham and Leicester? All these towns, you know what's happening, all these towns. But more than anything, the best thing which I take satisfaction from this is if you're a Muslim and you've been raping kids, I'm probably going to turn up with a camera at some point. And I didn't expect to be here. I didn't expect to make it here. I expected to be arrested. I've been away for the last 4 weeks to make sure we could get in. Richard picked me up from Dublin, took me through the boat. Press play. Imagine turning up to protest against this. Just while we sort that volume situation out, 30 seconds. What do I want to say? Tommy wasn't going to come today. Okay, let's play this. Our government, our social services, and our police forces sacrificed a generation of our daughters. We'll play it from the beginning. poor. It says we will defend the children of the poor and punish the wrongdoer. That's what it says in this book. We will defend the children of the poor and punish the wrongdoer. They have not defended the children of the poor. They are punishing the people who speak out in the defense of the children of the poor. You wish to try and portray loyal paintings. In reality, it's you that are paintings. You have lied, you have played your part, and all of you who call yourself journalists, you all know what was in Telford in all those towns and cities, and you say nothing, you said nothing. I think you should remember why you're not. And still young goes down in every single policy that is taken from us, taken from their lives, as sexual slaves in the hands of Islamic bandits. I want to say the television was prevent the public having knowledge. I want to say that for the next 6 months, traveling into television with this voice from
Now, I should tell you, an independent inquiry into the sexual exploitation of children in Telford and Wrekin has been going on for well over 2 years. It's been led by the law firm Evershed Sutherland. The problem is, and I'm quoting from its terms of reference, the aim and purpose of the inquiry is to raise public awareness into child exploitation in Telford during the period of the inquiry, and the inquiry wants to hear from survivors of abuse. But if accusations are made, the accused would be notified of the accusation and given the name of the accused. That's a legal obligation. The accuser can object to the accused being informed, but then the inquiry cannot use their evidence. We have also been told that many of those who know most about what has gone on in Telford and Wrekin, the police, social services, and councillors, many of them are refusing to help the inquiry at all. The inquiry will do nothing to bring justice to the victims. Now, we know the flagship Telford investigation challenge resulted in 11 convictions. 11. That's it. The old shoestring investigation has been given over 200 names of alleged perpetrators. We also know the independent inquiry has been given over 300 names. We can shortcut the conclusions of the inquiry through the performance of the police, social services, councillors. It was woeful at best, but more than likely a deliberate attempt to cover up these crimes against little girls for fear of being called racist, or in the interest of community cohesion, or, as we will hear and see, because of corruption. Covering things up doesn't create community cohesion. It does the opposite.
any right-thinking member of the community, of any community, regardless of their culture or their religion, would agree. It also destroys trust in public institutions. The very institutions that taxpayers fund to protect us all, especially the vulnerable. Police, social services, politicians. No one's been fired for this cover-up or corruption. I suspect no one has even had so much as a verbal or written warning. These people will just shuffle off into retirement with their fat pensions. And the abuse is still going on today, right now, in Telford and Region. Watch this. In terms of the independent inquiry going on the news, they hosted our Independent Tuesday with independent citizens. When I was applying that, was applying then, 40 years worth of 40 years? 40 years of information. So the inquiry, 40 years children have been paid on understanding of the situation. They won't be released. Yeah, that's right. The police in Telford have passed 40 years of evidence to the independent inquiry. They've known what has been going on in that town for 40 years. As of the council, social services, and the government. And we know, and they know, it's still going on today. Tell me, if you, can we start on the abuse and go through some, because we've got, it does count. But not just what you have, we've got 500, 400, 500 girls from the council. I've got the reasons the actions start with something what you'd like to say. Are you comfortable for you to talk through? So I can give you, yeah. Yeah. They've been raping you. And how old was he? When he moved? You were 11. Yeah. So it's 5 years, he was just 11. And you said the police were involved? Yeah. And that's when he was 11. So DC Joe Hayes was involved at the age of 11. Yeah. And did they arrest him? Investigations, he failed. Okay. And then about 6 months into the process. Okay. So I was told. Even if you were to not pursue the case, the police should have prosecuted him if they had. Did you give a statement? Were you a video statement? 3 hours of video statement. They had no laptop, they had the phone. All his messages. And from that police investigation, so the charge was dropped. Yeah. Everything was dropped. When all this is blowing back up, we tell them. The police want to speak to you about that case? Yeah. Is anyone there to talk to you about that case? But they did arrest that man in the time.
Yeah, I know them.
And his name,
Father Ali.
what is his name?
David.
He's living in London.
Because he tried contacting me again on Facebook.
Recently.
2018.
And he's in Birmingham. And what was she told when he was 11?
He was supported.
Now, before we go further into Nicole's story, it's time we heard a little more about one of the families in Telford. In fact, two brothers. Gareth Khan, also known as Gav or Bugsy, and Mohammed Charlie. There are a number of allegations in that follows, and we have been given the names of these two men by several judges. We want to be clear, nothing has been proven against either. But at the independent inquiry, though, we will be giving them the right to respond to the allegations.
Mohammed Charlie Khan, Lisbon, Tarek,
How old is he?
so
What did he do?
they were talking to me about going to meet certain people, not to tell my dad if they told me to go to that person. So there is a, and I told them that after she should be like, oh, yeah, you can do that. And I'd go out. I'm going out, I've got myself, I've meet certain people, got money off the people.
When you age 30, probably 4, when you were doing this in school.
It'd be either busy, Mohammed Charlie Khan, whatever. Single, or this guy's sick and that boy, but this guy's single, then maybe you should go meet him.
This is very challenging. Use more.
That's why I got him. It became a vicious circle. If it wasn't Mohammed Charlie Khan, it was the first time.
So the very challenging was time. If they really but they were the ones that said you had to go in.
He would let me believe that, yeah, it's to do something. Or I would be physically either beaten, with
When you say,
my parents, or my dad.
when you say do something, you mean it would make you.
So I had some perpetrators,
Okay.
get moved by perpetrators.
So, Charlie Khan.
Mohammed Charlie Khan, he was also a mental abuser. He would tell me to go and do things to perpetrators.
Who the main people instructing you and telling you who you want to go home? So,
Mohammed Charlie Khan, the first one,
do you know what Mohammed Charlie Khan does?
he's a citizen,
He's a solicitor.
he lives that.
Mohammed Charlie Khan will tell you regularly the men that you have to be carrying when you're your age.
12, 13, and go first time was the same.
That description that sounds like Mohammed Charlie Khan was your parent.
Yeah.
So you were controlled by these men for years.
They were in the, they would supply the goods, they would supply the money, only because they were in the room.
So Charlie Khan only was involved in the drugs.
Yeah, because they supply it.
They're supplying
They
drugs.
have nothing to supply it. So if they've got no funds and they've got no jobs, let them in. They don't have nothing to do anything. They don't have no instructor to be instructed by.
So if I asked you, you lived in something you were viewed by many men. Who was the king? Who was the main? First Khan. Do you know what chair, what position was First Khan? Oh, you know. You know.
I don't.
He's the chair of the company.
Believable. It's believable, isn't it? One seems to have each other in many ways. And that's how we all see it.
Was it the Buffalo friendship they wrote in?
I haven't told him. He's your
Okay. So, as far as I was aware, it's a hell of a movie.
But he will be like, oh, women is wrong, we don't believe in that. You're doing
Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Allah. This is your back then. In every form of weakness, and do whatever they are wanting to do, especially if God forbid, they go up and down the country, they will unbelieve, Muslims attacking for is something is happening. You know, really, these people are living. As long as our records is still Europe, what happened is that safe, why would we attack other people?
So there you see, Mohammed Charlie Pop, teacher in the mosque, solicitor, pillar of the community, explaining how wrong grooming is. Now you've heard about these two pillars of the community, Gulfrest Khan and Mohammed Charlie. One the chair of the Telford Muslim Forum, one a solicitor who teaches in the mosque. We've heard the accusations about their involvement in the drug business in Telford and the pimping of little girls. We've also heard mentioned their nephews. Two of them are of interest to us, a King Khan and a Kim Khan. Let's do it.
You see me in a Rolls Royce, a state of status in our hotel, living my life to the fullest. Don't get jealous of me. Nobody handed me nothing. Where's your ass up? Awaken the beast inside. It's game on.
Tell me how the enemy's sleeping. And not being cows out cheaping. All of them friends still breathing when the cops run
And the police and members of the public who think taking a knee is a strong statement for Black Lives Matter or just for Black Lives, or good for community relations. You're all fools. Here's what these Muslims made for a strong statement. Bobby Khan, another family member, commented on their post of the kneeling of the police. The unit got the 5-0 arrests. As the Benelli, their gang, as the 5-0, the police on notes. They've got the police in Telford under control. And Bobby Khan says, dogs on their knee. Ha ha ha. His spelling isn't very good, but police, he's laughing. They're all laughing. We wasn't as interested in the key con. As it happens, we can see from this article of Legal Futures that the Solicitors Regulation Authority decided, and their professional standards aren't exactly the highest. But they decided, what of a key being a convicted stalker, making threatening phone calls to a woman and following her in his vehicle? Key, was it the posh one that you rented for your TikTok video? But they decided you had better work your trainee solicitor arse off in a different profession. You were banned from working in the legal profession in June 2021. Something like this website would appear that a key Khan hasn't got a legal future. But still, we're much more interested in the story of Key Khan. You obviously what really doing is simply the truth. If the truth doesn't fit certain things, I just want the truth. This is the story of 13
I was in the 49 in the series. He's been in 49 and that's when the players finalised out. Got brought down the stairs, both of you down the back. Well, obviously, the building was up on the top floor. As I come down that block of flats and come out, all the police and started calling the car outside using his tail. The Uncle John, he comes to her. And he said to me, mate, because that hurt Ollie. I told him he could wait for the police to come to go. And then I was going to call
part of it. He said what we said in that statement.
Then after that, short time after that, that's when Billy stopped. And Billy got on, I'm sat on our settee with him. GS Stingley Henry turned around and said, nothing had happened with the block of flats. Nothing had happened. And this is when Rory preference the cure case.
At that time, I didn't know, so I started feeling really ill and I was to school and I was letting myself away. I wonder if something like that. I got my own test. I didn't tell anyone, so I found out 3 weeks before, and my nan said, no, you need to do a test. And I started.
So when you've done it, this is what you're on. You're saying, so you're a cure.
So I've got, almost 20 days, I've got a big, album, some diary of every account that happened, every person, every name, every address, every phone number, every registration number. I then chose to call mom because that when I found out, so I was in a situation that I didn't know what to do. And I got offered £20,000 to keep it for the festival. There was also a shampoo sale, and he's my brother. That started when I was 12. So I was maybe 14. And then we came in this car and we went to Newport and the fields and drove down the field got the back lane 13 and a half. Shampoo sale and had silver quarter. 12. That new shape.
And it took you out, and was a pitch black
This day
and
and it's a lady, and she had some dogs, and she was like, what are you doing? She's a child. Sculpture, wait for that. I met him at McDonald's car park, then I did all sex in the phone. Then I was showing him, so then we was doing
so you were forced to attempt to impressive for their sexual areas.
so now,
For feeling being tempted.
because of this, I don't learn anything, so I can use that. I don't learn anything from everywhere, and how to do things, feel alone. I can go out, not to try, but be a different person, because I was forced to so long to look at that lot. And I'm only just getting back to myself after and feel comfortable in my own body. For so long, I was feeling, I only put back to this or that, but for so long, I tried to do something I wasn't.
I'm sorry. This would be time for news.
I call the girl,
This will be wrong.
this is a little bitch. I wasn't visible then.
Are they using that same using you and sexually you?
But like, if you don't, like I say, if you don't look at the other way, there'll be like the slightly girls in it.
theoretically on the knowledge.
that I was constantly feeling like I had to do something for them.
All of those sat 4 or 5 girls. We've got names, we've got a wall, the whole size of that wall. Yeah, who they are, their links, their family trees. It's all of you. You know, one of them is lived the ages you were. I want you to understand the scale of the investigation. We sat down, along with people, you see survivors, they're survivors, not victims. You see that in the courage they show during the series. But survivors where their parents, you sit down with them. Sometimes we interview them for 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 hours, sometimes 2, 3 times. We then take the interviews, we go through, we transcribe it, we take out the details and the names they give us and the allegations against them, who's raped. And we build a spreadsheet and database like this. So this is a spreadsheet. If we go through, I want you to see the scale. We're looking at page 6 on this. And we have the name of perpetrators, we have accessories to the crimes, we have specifically this box is the specific crimes and certain detail we need to know. If we go through at the end, when you see it highlighted in red, that is where a victim has named a perpetrator. So the perpetrator's name is down here. And for this, I'm going to page 6 because I want to see Bugsy, our friend Bugsy, our first time. And Bugsy, you get here, this is our first time, number 12. We have the allegations against him, the serious allegations against him, addresses, and then 1, 2, 3. This means he's been named by 3 different survivors as being involved in their prostitution, in their trafficking, and in their murder. Let's carry on going so you can see the scale of this. Okay? We ended up with hundreds. We know the police investigation had like over 200 cases. We've done. We're only 10 victims. Okay? There's thousands. You go, just it keeps going. You get the point. I just want you to realise the scale of the investigation. We've done our homework. We've pieced it together. And that creates what we're going to see now. This isn't all of them, okay? I'll separate these into 5. They separate themselves into 5. These gangs, there's different gangs operating different parts of the town. We're focusing on this. Okay? This is the family tree. We're looking at the Bugsy here, Charlie Khan. We have allegations in pretty much every family. Okay? We're going after the one with multiple allegations. When you said the name, this is always working with international. Yeah. Yes, so welcome. So when you made the police and get all this information, you was willing to be a witness in the case? Right.
It's like information given to my dad. I can't from my mom, what she knew. And all of the children in this anything.
So you get the police a catalogue of names, locations, dates, and rape, refused. And what did that say from your point? And that point, how would you do that? So before you get one of these, you get some experience. And that's why we're going in that direction. How would you feel then?
Okay, it's like, you know, I was going to go in and it's like, you're not getting anything free. So when I go back, it's really, and it's affected me mentally, you know, it's affected my life. But I can't, yeah, I don't go through thinking, yeah, oh, well, I've got this I really because other people through uncertainty and depression. I feel quite good with it on the shoulders. But I don't know.
4 years, I really charges again. Very far back. You very far back.
I wasn't, but they were.
Okay, so one of these you're pregnant. You have an abortion.
But I still, they want me. I can never go anywhere. I know that's my fault. I'm going to get into something. So much with the Leicester. We can see that now from Chicago. And I did that. So I look at mine and think, yeah, myself. Yeah, no. I think that they're lying. I don't know about myself. I don't. If I don't have really nothing, don't because
So when you when you were you're pregnant, you've had an abortion, the kids are born, you're 4 years old. There's possibly zero
which was a great home.
and this is why I went for an abortion.
It was only after the fetus was sent for DNA that came back that it was a girl.
So there was 100% DNA match on a qualified. So when you come through this business, so you give us something, and they make an arrest.
Not really.
No.
No.
Arrest.
But then that's when we failed. And then I had a yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry, it's not from that.
I went back to it, there was all the rest of it, why did I go away from my mom? I was like, what's the reason?
Just say it is that difference.
They had it on messages.
They had the first issues. What do you
They didn't get nothing.
right when he was doing most of that, and he was third and child.
What was the end of that?
There's 100% DNA match on fetus.
It makes you think because there was biopsy. Yes, I had interactions with him sexually. He got charged for someone that has a full DNA match is an NFL.
What means
I don't know. I didn't have the paperwork.
she was a child.
I
What
had
reason was she told?
I wasn't. They haven't sat down with me and showed me any file.
That's what he said.
But if someone, you know, that bar of sin, you know, sexual contact, whatever, can get a prison sentence.
How old are you?
You've got 2 years.
It's a biopsy and then got 2 years for making him as a child.
Even younger than 4 times.
So when you get the case of saying this is, let's say, how many men do you think, you know, you're you get to the police and this is all activities towards you?
16. At those 16, you know, if I asked the national, were they all Asian? And Mr. Singh. So he's so over 16, but then 15 years in the seat. And who pushed you out this? Just to see. Close your way. Just to see. On my as far as you know, the United States prosecution.
13-year-old girl was raped by an adult male. The police have a DNA match from the aborted fetus to show that Phil Khan is a rapist. And the police decide no further action in their favour. We'll move on to the police shortly. Let's just understand how these men are terrifying young girls. There are 5 dead females at the hands of these gangs in South America.
2 years ago, Tasmania's home was destroyed in a fire.
Police in Shropshire began a murder inquiry after a suspected arson attack which another until 2 TV reporters were killed.
I sand, skin, blanket, chair. Got a bit of fire, things. In the fire, Tasman lost her grandmother, her aunt, her mum, and then her dad, when he was convicted of their triple murder.
The children are constantly threatened you will end up like Lucy Lane. We also have Becky Watson and Vicky Rounds, who are 2 young girls who have died as the actions of these gangs.
So it's most of the first time, given telling you who you had to school. And you tell me what do you think of the power that all of these men mean? What sort of power do they hold in the room?
They weren't open gates. And anyone that knows anything about them doesn't anything about them.
So they are violent.
They're violent people, and if you don't hear what they say, they're doing things to you. I remember they moved a car to run someone over, and it was hidden behind the restaurant for months.
Yeah, so take me back to when you were from 11, 13, 14. Just how scared when you're going to have meetings there. What's going on?
I respect God. And I play hell if they would never go. My parents. If my parents didn't let me go out, I'd play hell. Because I know when I did go, the consequences.
Fine.
It would hurt me.
Physically.
Physically hurt me. And I'd have bruises. I'd come home, go straight in the bath. I'd like, shut it off. If I knew, if my parents said no, you won't go now. They'd hurt me. So I would kick off a big force to go.
How would they treat you? Was this old men having sex with young child?
It was more
They physically violent for reasons? Not raping you? Were they
it was
racist?
violent and it was horrible torture. And I felt I was tortured all the time. It wasn't the fact that, they feel like, oh, she's great, she's far. Oh, she's having an effort today. We had to look a certain way all the time. So if I didn't have my makeup or whatever, I'd kick off.
We've heard how the police took no further action against Barbara Alley for raping Nicole when she was 11. We've heard how the police took no further action against Akeem Hunt, but they had DNA proof that he had raped Nicole when she was just 13. What is going on?
See, my motive with this, just to be straight, is think then I'll leave a prostitute. I wouldn't. I've heard from lots of girls. On the whole country, I want to know where their businesses are. I'm also not sure they like the fact that you keep saying, we want to keep saying. What do you know of the allegation of kids being paid?
Well, so
Can you explain? Is it really right?
I remember the incident,
Mm.
and it was a very big incident. It was the first one. He was supposed to go to prison. This envelope was passed down the table, and the evidence was lost.
So the first time was supposed to go to prison for children. And this is when we were working in the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this.
There was a lot of people that night. There was Babs, there was Husband Rouge, there was Hussein, I think his name is. There was Munchie, there was Whiskey, there was Charlie, there was a good calm, and there was just basic stuff.
Can you describe him?
He's quite tall, he had grey hair, dodgy eye, slim build, about maybe 6 foot tall.
Was he stood in the bar with him at the table?
They all just go sleeping.
He was England as well. And you realised.
Obviously, he went into the main restaurant.
Yeah.
And put that in brown envelope. And when I say brown envelope, it was stacked. Green rolled it. And he passed it on. 10 minutes after he passed it over, he disappeared. A week later, Woody sat in the desk there. And so it was brother and saying, "Oh, that was prison. All my problems have gone away." But he removed his names of his property.
And once he is.
And he moved then into Manchester's name, which is his wife. But one arm.
At which point did you know this somebody was a person?
I'd met him.
You know?
I'd met him.
When?
I went to an interview.
So when you see, you went to get in men with maybe.
Just want to see it here. So we've got a little bit left, probably. I think it's 1 second, I'll tell you. About 15, so 15 minutes left. So I'm going to get probably Tommy's going to talk after, and then we're going to probably bring you on. That's okay. Yeah, sure. And then, so your name, how to pronounce your name? Just say Manny Cinder. Manny Cinder. Maybe I can't hear you.
So first name Manny.
Manny.
Yeah, I think
I just started when I started. Manny.
Yeah, surname Cinder.
Cinder.
Yeah.
Manny Cinder.
Yeah.
Manny Cinder.
Yeah, yeah.
When I get you on in a minute,
Yeah.
as you walk out, go Manny Cinder to me. Right?
You're going to give me a shout out. Sure.
The first words he said was take as much information off that man before he leaves his building. And he left. The penny dropped. I remembered him from Oaken Gates, Spice Lounge. He took the payout, the payday, from Guffer's Khan. That man was under investigation for money laundering, tax evasion, trafficking and drugs, trafficking and drugs. And the whole investigation for 5 years completely collapsed.
Have you ever mentioned any of this to any police officers?
I was too scared, like, for my detective.
Can I ask, why do you think, say for example, we know that over 200 men have been named to the police involved in raping children, like yourself, many girls like yourself, that only a handful have been prosecuted. What do you think that is?
I think it's all about status.
You mean?
If you have a status, like a high status, or you've got a bit of money, and you can pass a bit of money around.
So you believe it's because of corruption?
Yeah.
You believe corruption in the local police has prevented prosecutions?
I do. I believe that these people I've named higher names like Gufras Khan and Mohammed Jali Khan, they've got a bit of money, so they've got a status. Plus their bit of money, things are lost.
But let's not rely on the Coles view. Let's listen to another view. This superb segment by Patrick Christis on the failures of the police and the media.
Grooming gangs have not gone away. They're not a thing of the past. While police and politicians bury their heads in the sand and worry about being called racist, up and down the country, vulnerable young girls are being systematically abused on an industrial scale by predominantly South Asian men. The scale of the problem is absolutely vast. We've had instances in Rotherham, Rochdale, Huddersfield, Aylesbury, Newcastle, Keighley, Oxford, Telford, Manchester. In that case, Greater Manchester Police identified more than 800 members of that gang. When the initial Rotherham grooming gang scandal broke, I think it shocked people. A report into it unearthed that an estimated 1,400 children had been sexually abused in Rotherham between 1997 and 2013 by predominantly British Pakistani men. The abuse included gang rape, forcing children to watch rape, dousing them with petrol and threatening to set them on fire, threatening to rape their mothers and younger sisters, trafficking them to other towns. There were pregnancies, one at age 12, terminations, miscarriages, babies raised by their mothers, babies being removed, and of course, trauma caused and lives shattered forever. And it doesn't just stop with police. It runs right through the media. When the Telford grooming scandal happened, it was, at the time, the UK's largest ever child exploitation case. How did the BBC report it? They put it as a secondary story on their local Shropshire page on their news site. So if you wanted to find out about the UK's largest ever grooming scandal, you had to go to the local news section of the BBC website and scroll down a bit. Presumably this, again, is because they didn't want to stoke racial tensions. But isn't there already racism involved? Reporting the facts is not racist. Predominantly South Asian grooming gangs systematically targeting young, vulnerable white girls because there is a sense, in my opinion anyway, that they're lesser than other people or that they don't matter as much. I'd argue there's an element of racism involved in that, isn't there? Our reporter Kevin Larkin revealed live on GB News yesterday that in Rotherham, there are apparently multiple cases of child sexual exploitation taking place, and it appears, although police and the local council vehemently deny this, that the investigation into this is half-baked to say the least. There is an allegation that police have been told about a property where CSE takes place after 10 p.m. And apparently, they sent a police officer around at 6 p.m. and concluded that nothing bad was going on. Instead of treating the tens of thousands of vulnerable child victims as an inconvenience, why don't police treat them for what they really are? Human beings who are being broken.
Doing nothing for the victims for fear of being called racist is racist. Racist against vulnerable white girls being targeted by these Pakistani Muslim men. Doing nothing for the victims for the sake of communication. But it does the opposite. It destroys trust in public institutions and it fuels rage in all those who can see the truth. GB News sees the racism, the incompetence. It hasn't yet seen the police corruption. One last thing, one more thing. I have to be 100% sure that the Jim Bayliss we've identified and we've found is the one that Nicole's made allegations against. So we need to go catch up with Nicole one more time so she can identify it.
Just one.
I'm 100% sure of everything. In our interview, you named a senior police officer. I need to know. I need to know that you're 100%. Otherwise, if you can look at those pictures, take time, don't rush it, and tell me if you recognise any of these men as being the man you saw at that table. Take your time.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000%.
1,000%. Okay, listen, sorry for doing this. I mean, I have to be 100% before I make an information. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. And just like in other towns and cities up and down the country, we know it's still happening here. Listen to this recent Facebook post in Telford. It took just 2 minutes to find online, and I'm sure there's plenty more.
Do not get into a go-kart taxi on your own. This evening, I was on my way home and the drive went such an unusual way to how they normally do. I didn't really think anything of it at first. I just thought maybe he goes a different route that he prefers. But then we ended up going the complete opposite way to where I had requested. He then powers off the phone that was tracking where we were going and puts up into some building estate, not a clue where. Turns the engine off and looks at me. Me being me, got straight out of the car and walked to the closest sign I could find and rang my mum. He then pulls up alongside me and repeatedly tells me to get back in. I mentioned the fact on the phone to my mum and he speeds off. It was a very scary encounter and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Please be careful when booking with go-cars and do not get in on your own.
The accounts from Nicole's years of abuse at the hands of these men are heartbreaking and limitless. Remember, apart from the DNA evidence that Akil raped Nicole when she was 13 years old, nothing's been proven. So we think it's time to ask Goldfrest Khan, Mohammed Charlie Khan, and Akil Khan for their side of the story. We must also question Jim Bayliss about the accusations of corruption that he's been working with these gangs. A brief on what this is, yeah? We've spent the last 12 months investigating rape gangs in the town of Telford. We've sat down with multiple victims. For example, this is the story of one victim. Every name you see written in black is the name of a man that has raped her. One child misses. We've sat down with multiple victims, okay? And we've got over 200 names of perpetrators. We know of over 200 men that have been involved in rape in this town. We have the targets you'll see here. We have many targets, many family trees. Just so you understand, these men the allegations are these men control the drugs in the town, they control the prostitution, they're heavily involved in violence. Okay? Today's targets. Gaz Khan, he is the leader of the Telford Muslim Forum. They're high ranking. Yeah? Charlie Khan is a solicitor and he preaches in the mosque. Akil Khan is impregnated a 13-year-old child. None of them have been charged, none have been arrested. We understand why when we got into this investigation, because we have allegations that a former senior police officer in Telford has been spotted with these gang members, has been taking money. I need to know every single detail about all these men. I need to know where they live. We need positive IDs. We need to make sure that we know it's the right house. I want to see where they are. I want trackers on their cars. I want you to follow them. I want you to get up close to them. Every single one of their moves. Yeah? We're starting on these, but we've got dozens of targets. We started off, we're going to do a film just on Telford, but we want to tell each individual victim's story because there's so many targets behind them. So if we can, we'll start there. We just start, get out, we'll meet again. I just need to know every single thing about them because the purpose of this is for me to give these men a right to apply. There's allegations about all of them, not by one victim, yeah? By multiple victims who didn't know each other. That's the point. So we need to see what they've got to say. And I think the British public will want to know who these men are.
It's a very shortcut to the hotel. Give her that number, send her trying to contact.
We're live. This is a key. It's come out of his house. This is the vehicle of one of our surveillance victims. Now, the reason why this is so important is they can get up close. So you have zooming cameras in the front, zooming cameras in the back. We can position ourselves near any of their houses. We can identify specifically that it's them. This is important because I need to make sure I'm approaching the right people with these serious allegations. This is where the film gets interesting. I cannot publish these allegations against these men without giving them their right to reply. So we're going to find them. You're going to see each one of them say the allegations being made against them.
Outford was from the right, moving to their car.
They've entered their car and they're pulling on. Orange one, over to you. They would have to get that long. That's in the line. Yeah, saying that. That's out of the tree. Yeah. Okay. 60 grand with it. Got it. Yeah, right. Is he just already set out of the order? Okay. Bugsy, how you doing, mate? My name's Tommy Robinson. I've got to ask some questions about my documentary, The Rape of Women. We have serious allegations from children who say that you were involved in the rape and prostitution of them. You were here to having them trafficking. Well, can we talk? I've got some questions. We have accusations that you trafficked young children. You trafficked young children. You were the kingpin. You chose who they were raped by. You prostituted them. What is your relationship with Inspector Jim Bayliss? Bugsy, what's your relationship with Inspector Jim Bayliss? This man, what we need to know is that these children, that these are allegations against this man, and the allegations have come in from children who have fled the country. These children are in hiding. They're a decade on, they're suicidal, they're damaged, mentally, physically, destroyed, And these men, all the many allegations against, just so people know, are living the life, driving their sports cars, living in big houses, and have the rule of this town still. They haven't been driven from their town. None of these people in hiding like our victims are. So their allegations, you're going to see the allegations, you're going to see Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, Series 5. And so we know there are multiple victims who do not know each other who have alleged this man has trafficked them throughout this town. Come on, let's go. Whereabouts, sir? Is he in KFC car park, yeah? He's right, you can't get out. Mohammed, ask you some questions. How you doing? I'm doing a film about the rape of a generation of our daughters in Telford. I've seen you give seminars in mosques, against grooming. Yeah. It's quite admirable. Listen, I know you. Listen, I'm against anybody making a law. The police are there to get the evidence and bring people to justice. I've got nothing to say. I'm a British citizen. I'm born here. I know you have your opinions about people from my ethnic background, but I see this in my country. Can I ask you this? I've got nothing to say to you. Ask you one question. Why would 3 individual girls who do not know each other all be telling me and giving me statements that you have been involved in their grooming, in their trafficking, and in their prostitution? 3 girls that do not know each other in this town. Why would they be telling me that, Charlie? Listen, this is a complete lie. I have never ever been involved in any of this business, anything like that. I've been married for over 20 something years. People know me from age. I've never ever been. I'm asking that question. Why would 3 girls who do not know each other say that you've been involved? I'll give you one scenario. You dragged a girl in the room, you threw her on the floor, and freshly migrants come in one by one and gang raped her. Listen, what's to say to that allegation, Johnny? I have got nothing to say to you. What's your relationship with Inspector Bayliss, Johnny? Inspector Bayliss. I've got nothing to say to you. I don't know what you're on about. Asking again, why would girls who do not know each other, give me your name as being involved in grooming them, trafficking them, and prostituting them? I have never ever heard of this. I've never ever, as I said to you, I've been married, I've been loyal with my wife, I'm happily married. I'm going to get to see these allegations. Well, okay, listen, you're a liar, you're making this up. I unequivocally deny all this. I don't know what you're on about. You're just making you go around, making false allegations against people, innocent people, and you're trying to make bogus claims against people. Okay, I don't know what you're on about. I'll tell you again, listen, just so you understand. You gotta move away. Just so you understand, it's not me making bogus claims. Well, listen. Why are the journalists putting this together? You're not a journalist. You're a racist. You're a racist. I don't care. Listen, I've never ever been involved in any of this business. It's a complete utter lie. You're someone made accused of a liar. You're a criminal. You got a criminal record. I don't have a clue what's going on. I don't care what's to listen. Yeah, okay, yeah. I was going to see who you are. Yeah. You might have got away with it for last. You might have got away with it. You might have thought you were smart. Yeah? You might have thought you had police officers on your payroll. Right? Oh, yeah, about payroll. I'm not in a situation to pay people when I don't have that kind of money. What you talking about? So how come I do say you're involved in drug dealing? I have statements saying involved. You don't have to wait and lie. This is a complete lie. What nephews are going about? I'm a married man. I'm happy about. Why would, forget me here asking the question. Why would children, why would girls who do not know each other? I just been blocked it. Please. May I? I'm just here to ask a question. You're trying to kidnap me or something? You've got no right to do this, okay? I have right to ask a question. I have two witnesses who saw you at Scottish Town's restaurant taking envelopes of money for Golfrest Khan and Mohammed Charlie Khan. What do you have to say to those allegations? Mr. Bayless, this is your right to reply. Over 200 men's names were identified by your police investigation, but only 11 were charged. Why is that? Did you have anything to do with the case's collapsing? Mr. Bayless, this is your opportunity to answer the questions. You have nothing to say. Do you think men should have been prosecuted for the rape of children in Telford? Did you play your part in making sure they didn't? Mr. Bayless. Inspector Bayless, this is your opportunity to answer questions. Why did you leave the police force? I have eyewitnesses who saw you taking envelopes of money off of Pakistani gangsters in the Scottish Lounge restaurant in Oakengates. What do you have to say to those allegations? What are you hiding from, Mr. Bayless? You've taken your name off the electoral roll. You've gone invisible since 2019. Why did you leave the police force before your pension? You're not going to answer anything. Is this your version of a no-comment interview, Mr. Bayless? Seriously, this is your opportunity to answer. I have witnesses who place you sitting round a table with Mohammed Charlie Khan, Golfrest Khan, and all known Pakistani gangsters from Telford. You're sat at a table with them receiving envelopes. What were in those envelopes? Have you took money to collapse cases? Is that why you left the police force 2 years ago? And is that why you're now in hiding? What is your relationship with Golfrest Khan? What was your relationship? What's your relationship with Mohammed Charlie Khan? Are they your friends? Did they use you to escape justice in Telford? Nothing to say. Nothing at all to say. If you do fancy what to try any time, right, come on. We've asked our questions. You're right. Come on. Inspector Bayless, if you get involved in corruption, it will come out. Let me be clear again. No charge have been brought against Golfrest Khan or Mohammed Charlie Khan, and they both deny the allegations being made against them. Although we know Akil 100% impregnated a child, we've not been able to get a response from him. Jim Bayless, given the same chance to respond, said nothing at all. We have testimony from multiple witnesses on camera making allegations against these men. However, nothing has been proven. What we do know is organised gang grooming, abuse and rape of vulnerable young girls have been paid for over 40 years, and it's still going on today. So many lives have been destroyed. And if the people we elect to lead us genuinely want to achieve community cohesion, they would do well to recognise the nature of these crimes and apply English law without fear or favour, free from misguided political influences and free from misguided cultural sensibilities. English law for historic crimes, for now and for the future, regardless of the characteristics of those who commit the crimes. The government, the police, social services, local councils and the media, where are you? Where have you been? Where is the protection of the poor? Where is the punishment of the wrongdoer? Where is the exposure of corruption? And where is the drive to bring criminal gangs to justice? Will you stop the destruction of yet more lives? The destruction of young girls like Nicole? For the people of Britain, for the British public, for you watching this, we can and we must shine a light on the darkness within our communities. We know right from wrong, and we cannot allow this evil to be ignored. To Telford Council, to Telford Police, to all those people with dirty hands, you should prepare yourself
for Series 2.
She must have been absolutely terrified.
So what's happened is 2 days ago, the window was smashed. Today, the window's been smashed again. You had, just so you know, you had a car torched and firebombed 2 days ago. Yeah. Now, all of these attacks are being committed by grooming gangs who are targeting the victims' families. Yeah. That's what this is. Now, your police officers have come to this house. They've left the family here after their house has been smashed up twice, and they've drove off. In the town we're in, you had 3 people burned to fucking death by grooming gangs, and the police have actually done nothing for both these visits. They've done nothing to relocate the family. They've done nothing to secure the family. There's no firebox letterbox. There's no fireproof letterbox being put on the house. It's like they're just sitting ducks being left. And I find out, and so they are in danger even now in the house. And all anyone wants is for this family to be protected and served, which is the police's job, and not left to be targeted by these gangs. They haven't even took a statement. They've given a crime reference number and left. The mum's been beat up. This lady's been beat up previously. They've set fire to the house previously. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. I know it's not you. I'm gobsmacked. So I personally can't change this. No. I obviously listen to everything you said. I'm trying to on the lot of what you said, and I will absolutely review it, but I cannot change what they've done. So whilst we're sat here, can you contact them and let us know if the police are coming back here to relocate this family into safety? I said I will update the log. What does that mean? What you keep saying that? What does that mean? You're going to write a few words on the computer? Yeah, and then what? This is the last van load. I've done four runs, and then it's sad, isn't it? It's sad. But the family at least will be hopefully somewhere safe. They will be somewhere safe. Their stuff, don't know how long it's going to remain in storage until the council can get them a new house. But it's a travesty that the families of survivors are having to leave this town, whilst the men roam around like they own it.
I'm speaking on there.
No, I just got, I just want to set that up. I've got some information I'd like to give them. I appreciate it. No, not about this, sorry. Yeah. That's what I've got. I wasn't meant to be up here. I was going to come up Monday, but I've just got lots of information that I want to hand to him. So,
There's been a lot of stuff talking about envelopes being passed over in restaurants.
doesn't want to meet with something.
Can we? What courage she showed. What courage she showed. I'll be totally and brutally honest. This documentary would not have been made, because I was not in the best place. And I didn't think I was ready for it. I questioned myself. If it wasn't for Nicole and lots of other volunteers as well, who basically, that was 2018. I said I'm going to spend the next 6 months. 3 years later. 3 years later. And it was only for your courage, babe, yeah, that, because it wouldn't have been made, because I failed at every opportunity. Seriously, I failed at every opportunity. And it was only when I went away and someone put it together, your interview, someone put your interview together and sent me it. I thought, what the fuck am I doing, man? I'm in a position, a gifted position, where I can raise awareness against these men. Yeah? I can't, and I have to raise awareness against these men. So, whilst I said that, I doubted myself, totally doubted myself. It's only when I watched someone, and I think you must be so pissed at me, really, Richard. Like, because it was only when someone sent me your interview, and I watched the interview, what am I doing, man? Let's get this out. Let's get this out. And right now, we're going to go full steam ahead in Series 2, Series 3, Series 4. Darling, more people are going to talk about this problem than ever before. I remember when they sent me to jail in 2018, I remember saying, more people are going to watch this video than ever. Yeah? When I got out of jail, I checked the video. 5 million people watched that video. Yeah? That's 5 million mums and dads who raised awareness against this problem. Nicole, you're the first person, mate. I know so many people who come forward, and your bravery and your courage, it wouldn't happen. Wouldn't have happened. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the position for everyone of you. And again, if you're one of those people that don't like me, it's not about me. Yeah? This is about justice for men who have raped children. The fact that we're even having to mention it, the fact there's 100% DNA match. The police have failed this town. They've failed our country. And darling, one more time, Nicole. What? Yeah. A mother of four, and I remember seeing the pride in you when I sit and talk to you. Seeing the pride, seeing the excitement. I'm proud of you, mate. I'm proud of you. And one more thing, which is actually against Nicole's wishes, because I don't care about your wishes, babe, I'm doing it. Nicole didn't want it. I set up a Justice for Nicole page. That's a page where you can sign a petition. She's a mother of 4 children. You can help her out if you want to help her out as well, yeah? Sorry, babe. But when you need... No, we've had a meeting with a solicitor to look at the possibilities of a private prosecution. But it's the same when we've done Justice for Chelsea. We've looked at those options. We have looked at those options. And in fact, not since looking at those options, more witnesses have come forward as well. So, Nicole, thank you, darling.
Thank you so much for coming. I've left my children behind for this. And I've looked at today to thank you all for standing up for these disgusting, courageous monsters. And the people in Telford will know. I might not live here anymore, but you will know me. And in the next 6 to 8 months, and it's a promise, there will be a book of the rape of Britain in big detail. Not what you've seen here. Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
So, that was number one. Are you going to be back for number two? Are you going to bring people with you? Remember, this man has been taken off the planet with social media. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the main big ones, gone. And look at you all here. Imagine a message if you had those platforms. Remember, Tommy's on Getter. You can download it from the App Store. It's a new upcoming uncensored platform. You can pretty much have any dialogue that you want and no one will take you down. I have a message. Why don't those men, Charlie, Carl, and all the big boys, come down here and say hello? Why do they come down over there at us? Why do they come down on top of us? Why don't they see how fast they get taken out of this town? These police officers surrounding this car park need to do their fucking jobs and need to get these fucking men out of the fucking streets. And Mum, I'm sorry for swearing. Ladies and gentlemen, Money Singh.
Hello everyone. I've got a season pro at this, so you have to bear with me. My sister died 2.5 she left behind a beautiful niece, Shannon. But when Richard called me and said, Manny, do you want to come and say a few words? I had to come because my sister's just as important as this girl here. So I'm from a British Sikh family, and in our community, there's about 1,000 Tommy Robbins. In fact, one of them is probably a well-known chap. He goes by the name of Raj, Tommy Robinson, right? You see, Sikhs know all about what goes on with the grooming gang because they've been raping our sisters and our daughters since the 1970s and the 1980s. We lost a lot of girls, and when the investigation was done, the last thing we found out was they were taken to a London Heathrow terminal with a one-way ticket. We never heard from again. So, in the 1980s, the Sikhs formed an organization called Shera Punjab. It means Lions of Punjab. Because when we went to the police said, we don't see anything, we don't know anything, we can't help you. That was 40 years ago, and what Tommy Robinson has shown us today, nothing has changed. It's the same psychological techniques that they use. They manipulate, they torture, they really destroy the lives of their victims, and that's very, very sad. What I also want to say is, sorry, I told you I was going to cry. In the 1980s, a document containing a list of paedophile MPs at Westminster was destroyed by the officials. In 2015, when Theresa May was Home Secretary, her department was also involved in a cover-up. We're ruled by rapists and paedophiles. What makes you think things are ever going to change? Unless you change them. Okay? Collectively, we can come together and we can change it. Because my community has been facing this, your community has been changing it, but we're all British, because I love this country, and so does my family. I want to make an appeal to the Muslim community. Join us. We don't hate you. We just want to protect our children. Okay? Join us and stand with us. If you really want to be the religion of peace, this is your opportunity to show you've got it in you. It's really cold. It's really cold. I'm not going to go on. I actually have 2 pages, but it's cold. But thank you to Tommy Robinson. Thank you to all these great speakers. I represent a social media platform called Speakers Corner Online. If you've been banned, if your free speech is not allowed to be free, come over to www.speakerscorner.online and we will protect your free speech. Thank you, and I love you.
Woo! That was Manny Cinder.
Give him a big round of applause. Come on.
Woo!
I spent time in the Sikh community in Newcastle. They took me into a Sikh tent. I think it's temple, but they took me in. They honestly treated me like I was a prince. They showed me their religion, and the Sikh community are really, really at the forefront of the fight against grooming. They made massive work on this. Listen, we've got a last speaker before we shoot off. Peter from the Hearts of Oak, currently on Getter as well. He's also got a message important. Please welcome Peter.
Hello. Great to see so many people get to me on screen. Good to see you. And I think I first met Tommy 14 years ago. Tommy and Kev was actually a church leader who wanted to meet him because he heard about EDL, what was happening, and wanted to meet him. And I know that a lot of you get a lot of shit from promoting, as do I, you all, your families and friends. But the reason we do it is that we speak truth. The reason we stand with him is because he will say what no one else is going to say. And you see all the police standing watching here, observing, they don't give a damn. And there's someone like Tommy who will. I'm sure there are other people who would be better at doing it than Tommy, maybe, but they're not. So it means that it's up to Tommy Robinson to speak the truth on this. I was in a meeting, I work with Lord Pearson, and there are a few parliamentarians that could talk about this. Lord Pearson, Baroness Cox, Anne-Marie Waters, Gerard Batten. I think that's probably about it. And those are the only people who will address this issue. And because of they address this issue, they suffer hugely. But I was in a meeting a couple of weeks ago talking about this event, and someone there, some of the important people, said, Tommy Robinson, no, he's a thug, he's a criminal, we couldn't support that. But what are you going to do about it? Oh, nothing, but I don't want Tommy to do something about it. So these people don't want Tommy to speak about it, they don't want you to speak about it, but they're not going to speak about it. So can I encourage you when you go home to make sure and take the video on Getter, share it, post it, put it out. I know all of you care about this issue because you're here, you're standing in the freezing pool, and I know you will put it out. So make sure, if you're not on Getter, get on it, GETTR, share it, promote it, put it out, let everyone see Nicole's story because everyone needs to hear her story. I've been in so many meetings with so many girls, met them and heard what has happened to them, and you think, well, what can I do? Well, today going home, you can share Nicole's story, put it out. Then, very finally, want to say one other thing I came across, which was the not only, I mean, in Telford, there are 9 men prosecuted. 9 men, that's it. The epicenter, the red capital of Britain, 9 men get prosecuted. And when everything get prosecuted, they serve maybe 5 years, 4 years, 3 years. They let out on good behavior. All of that has to change. We have so many issues in our society that need to change. But here, standing here as you go home, what we can do is get Nicole's story out. Let others here tell friends, tell family, win them over. Be the argument that wins them over. Don't let them be won over by the mainstream media. Let them hear the story, come on side, and promote that. So thank you.
Right, just before everyone's starting to leave, anyone that's even leaving as well, I want you to put your hands together and thank this legend, this British legend that has brought this to light. Ladies and gentlemen, thank Tommy Robinson. Thank him. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Final words from Mr. Robinson. Again, it's like. Has anyone heard I'm bankrupt? Do you know what? I actually feel like a bit of a fraud. I do, because behind that is a hell of a lot of people and a lot of hard work. One person in particular, Chris, who dedicated hours and hours and hours. So you wouldn't have watched that if it was to do with me. Honest, totally honest. It would not have been shown. So there's a lot of people who get their time, get their effort, volunteered, sacrificed. So for me personally, if you're watching this, Chris, thank you, man. Because until he sent me, he pieced it. Until I watched that video, I went away, and it was that gave me the fire in my belly again because I lost it a little bit. So I can't wait for series 2. Wait till you see series 2. We have so much. We now need to. The problem was I want one after another, but we need support. We need support because say finding that Muslim, one of them. We had 3 cameramen, 4 security. It took us a week. He didn't go home for a week. We sat in a hotel, just fucking sat watching a live stream of his house. It took a week. Mate, but the mad thing is, if we can do that on a shoestring budget, I what these guys doing, man. What are they doing? We will continue. As I said, I doubted myself, and I didn't think I was ready for it because I know what they're going to do. I guarantee you, rewind this video, I'll be sat in jail in the next 12 months. I know that, yeah. I know that, and it was getting my head around that because I know that we are going to cause a storm with what we're about to show, and we're going to highlight them. We're going to show you who they are. And Rob, how is it if you don't like me? Yeah? This is for the people who don't like me. If I have information that can help the police solve crimes in this area, it doesn't matter who I am. Your job is to protect and serve. Rob fucking Dell, how can you refuse to meet me when I want to give you information? And 2, Akil Khan, because I know you're probably watching this, Akil went into hiding. The problem is, once we knocked on one of their doors, they all went into hiding. Akil, I will find you. You might be in series 2, you might be in series 3. What you're going to see is the same men. So Mohammed Charlie Khan, you're going to star again, bruv. So all I'll say is, thank you everyone that's come today. Thank you for. I feel privileged in the fact that I can give a platform to girls like Nicole. There's plenty more girls, unfortunately. And thank you for taking the time to come, everyone. Yeah? Cheers. And Urban Scoop, independent, corporate, free journalism, by the people, for the people. And yeah, we're going to bring you some great content, man. Trust me.
Thank you all for coming, yeah? If you can support us, do so at Urban Scoop. If you want to support Nicole, Justin Nicole, and show her your support, yeah? Cheers.
Just one more word from Danny Roscoe before he goes.
Come on, people. We've seen what Tommy and his team has brought. We've brought the corruption that every single person in Telford, the establishment, are hiding. This is why Urban Scoop has said they're going to go with Tommy and they're going to support his journalism because he wants to bring the people to you. So I tell everyone to go and subscribe to Urban Scoop today because if you want the truth, that's the only place it's going to happen. And one more thank you as well to Danny Tomo. Thank you, Bob. Because I have been an absolute nightmare.
After street grooming gangs, no matter what the colour they are, I don't care what colour they are. This is a massive problem and it needs to be dealt with. And Tommy has done what no one is willing to do. He's opening up the floodworks and the water's going to flow until something changes for these girls. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tony. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I think we're good. So, studio, I think we're happy to end the stream there. Thank you very much to all the viewers. All of this is going to be put onto Speakers Corner online, SEO TV. We'll also chop the stream up into smaller pieces. But for now, Manny Cinder and Banksy is over and out from Telford. Thank you very much.
Well, I think Manny and Banksy did a good job there. But I will be back with the video from Getter, which is the sound's far clearer. And then we can have a look at that. So yeah, I'll just end it for now. And then that won't be long before I'm back. I think you'll be able to hear it recording in the background.
Although we know IQ 100% impregnated a child, we've not been able to get a response from him. Jim Bayliss given the same chance to respond.